niggas should have stopped fucking with me. I told you, I'm on a different type of time. Did I play out a video of me boxing? I don't care.
See, so the first thing I want to mention is that I've watched Ak streams, Akademiks. I'm gonna call him Ak. That's kind of what I call him. I've watched a lot of his streams back in the day. I used to actually, I didn't like him, but I still feel he's very entertaining. Let me be clear on that. He's very entertaining. I first found him. I knew who he was for a long time on YouTube because he would always be all through YouTube recommended. But I first learned about him once Bobby was arrested, because he would like actually, let me straighten up my shit. He would actually go read the legal files and shit. In hindsight, now that shit looks weird. It's like, why are you reading the fucking legal, all like the actual files? Like, it's a little fetty, but he don't care about any of that shit. But that's when I first got into him, and I thought that his reporting was it was excellent. It was very fair. It was very on point. I don't know how he does it now. Because I know he's on Everyday Struggle. He's on a bunch of other things. I haven't tuned into him for a very long time. But I know back then, and this was after the Chicago shit. I knew about the Chicago shit, and that rubbed me the wrong way. I'm going to be honest, because it's like, I have family in Chicago. I know a lot about the Midwest. I know how violent it is in there, Detroit, and all those places like that. And I also understand how, one, the drill music contributed to a lot of those deaths, but also him propping up a lot of local artists who don't have enough money to move out of their neighborhoods also put targets on a lot of people's backs. And that was one of the issues. That's why I personally felt the way. Let me say that, because like, I don't know Akademiks. I still don't know him to this day, so I can't judge his character as a person only by his content. I never fucked with that. So I'm gonna keep that. I never fucked with the action of those videos, because I mean, I get it, he was putting on a lot of artists, and I'm sure a lot of those artists are still doing things now and they were able to get out, but he put highlight on a lot of the young dudes who was a target, and then and profited off of it. It's one thing to report on that stuff, but he profited off of it. Now, he definitely never co-signed it and gassed it in that way that people unfairly say that he gassed a lot of things. He did call it out as negative behavior and called it out as something bad, but I also feel like he's like, it reminded me of, because I've lived in the hood in my life and I've lived in the suburbs in my life. I've lived in two different experiences, so I know a bit of both worlds, and I knew a lot of suburban kids who looked at real, like, the most hood gutter music possible, and that was like going to the zoo for them. That was like, oh my god, this is like so fun to watch, and I'm not in danger. I can see it from like out from the outside, and it was cool. It was cool to people, and I always got that vibe from Akademiks, because he's always said he's not trying to be gangster. He's not trying to do anything like that. And I just didn't, like, I get it, but it was like actions didn't match those words a lot. And this live stream is a perfect example of that. Obviously he was drunk, which is another issue I think he has a problem with. I think he has a problem with drinking. Like, I don't know if he has a problem with drinking. I like to drink, but I don't come on here fucking shit faced. There's been times where I've been on here like drunk, but I know my limit. I'm not going to get on here shit faced, and I don't want to do that, because for that, the same things that's happening right there. But let's continue the video so we can continue to talk on it. Shout out to whoever put this stream up, who actually
think about that.
Let me shout them out, because I'm going to be uploading this to YouTube. So this channel Delete that has it up, shout out to them. That's where I'm watching it from. Yeah, so I do want to shout them out, because I might be uploading this to YouTube.
I'm just not going to sit here and let these niggas try to, I'm telling niggas what it is. And ain't nobody scared. I tweet that nigga. That's one of the things that I have an issue with. And once the Freddy shit, I'm not gonna be watching this whole stream, obviously. But the problem is like, what are you saying that for? I'm not scared. I know he's drunk, so he's obviously saying things that he probably wouldn't say. But what does that mean? Like, I know what that means. It's like, that language means I'm with the shits. That language means I'm ready to roll. I'm ready to
go. I'm ready. You know what I mean? That's what that language means. I know he's drunk, so I'm trying to give him like leeway on that. And drunk is not a good excuse, but it's like, what does that mean? And I'll say this right now. I don't want anything to happen to Akademiks. I do not want Akademiks to be hurt. I do not want Akademiks to be killed. I don't want him to be none of that. I want him to know that his actions are fucked up and that he needed to, move a little bit different. Don't bring, like, you'll see some stuff that he says later on in this that I looked at, in a way that was like, come on, man. Like, I wouldn't do nothing like that. So I'm not being a hypocrite here. I'm actually only judging about how I carry myself. So let's continue.
Right now.
I'm not scared. I'm not scared. So he's trying. So I think he's trying to get Freddie. He's trying to get Freddie on. We could
niggas like Freddie Gibbs. I'm tired of y'all niggas make me seem like I'm some. Oh, you should be. Oh my God, it's Freddie Gibbs. Freddie Gibbs ain't successful as chat niggas. Let's prove it if he is. Cause he can't fuck with Jeezy. I know.
That right there, which is a common theme between Akademiks and in this type of behavior, it exudes a lot of insecurity, which is fine. It's okay to be insecure about things. That happens. We are all insecure about things. I'm insecure about things. It is all about how you approach your insecurities. But that's like, even then, it's like, I get it. I understand, and like, I don't necessarily fully fault him for having those insecurities. I'm not going to look down on him for those insecurities, but I can say that I disagree with the way he's approaching that. You know what I mean? By, oh, I'm successful. Oh, I'm bigger than you. Blah, blah, blah. I know that Freddie was kind of coming at him in a certain way like that too. So fair is fair. Like, he's not doing this unprovoked. You know what I mean? I know he said some things before about Freddie, but it's not nothing to warrant, the issues. But let's continue.
I know how Jeezy pockets is. I know this is a fact. Jeezy's pockets is different. Freddie's pockets ain't different. So let's do it.
That goes back into his insecurity. It's like, wow. It's like, now I would get if yeah, he definitely got his own demon. I would get if Freddie said like if Freddie said something about his money, you know what I mean? Like, I would get that, but why is that your sore spot? Like, why is that your trump card? It's like, do you have more to offer? Like, is that all Akademiks has to offer? In my opinion, I've seen the Akademiks at his best when it comes to reporting. He has a lot more to offer than that, in my opinion. I may not like Akademiks. Let me be clear. I do not like him, his online persona, because I do not know him personally. So I do not like him but I've liked him on certain platforms. I've even liked him on Everyday Struggle at points where he's very, fair and very, cool. I think what really threw it off for me is when, like, he really went deep in with the Vic Mensa shit. Vic Mensa has his own issues as well. Obviously, I don't agree with everything Vic Mensa does, but I feel like he could have approached that differently. But I understand he was defending himself. A lot of times, Akademiks is defending himself from people he didn't directly say anything about. Even though Vic Mensa did have an actual reason to be upset. But let's continue.
I want to do it. You think you sell a little 28,000, 29,000, 30,000 you lit? Let's do it, bruh. I'm a blogger. If you don't embarrass me, make sure you shut your fucking mouth, because you just be happy to be in it. I've been doing Everyday Struggle this morning. They're like, oh my God, what y'all mean he's not relevant?
This was the same day as that Everyday Struggle episode where they were talking about, like, where he said Freddie wasn't relevant, and Wayno and Nadeska were like, oh no, we're relevant, like, he's relevant, you know what I mean? And they were just debate normally, and I guess Freddie was upset about that. So that's what I'm learning. I know that there was things Freddie said shit before. They've also had issues before, which but also I understand Freddie Gibbs a little bit, like, personality as well. Ak may not know. But yeah, so I guess that's where it comes from.
How the fuck is this bum nigga relevant? He's relevant to y'all? So 6ix9ine didn't catch a win.
Freddie Gibbs is relevant. Like, by the definition of relevant, he's relevant. Is he relevant to Akademiks? Probably not. But Freddie Gibbs is relevant to enough people. Yeah. Shout out to the people in the chat though. Shout out to the people who, like, super supportive of him. It's hilarious.
Win for number one. But this nigga who's like 89th, on the track or on the charts, he's relevant and he gotta win. Nigga,
I also would want, like, for someone like Akademiks who are so obsessed with numbers, and rightfully so. I think that he puts out information pretty well, but it's almost the same thing when it comes to like stats. Like when white racist dudes or just racist people in general, when they bring out stats that more white people are killed by the police than black people, but they don't include the information that there are a higher percentage of white people in America than there are black people. So that for the numbers to be that close, it's actually black people are getting killed at a higher rate by the police. Then that it's kind of the same thing. Like Freddie Gibbs may do what he said was like 30,000, 20,000. Like he may do that, but Freddie Gibbs just signed a deal with Warner. But before the last couple projects, Freddie Gibbs put that out independently. So Freddie Gibbs may have been what he said 89th on the charts, but he could have made double the money of the person who was number one on that chart that week for sales, and that's just sales. That's not merch. That's not anything else included. So I think that for someone like Akademiks who's so obsessed with numbers, he should be more nuanced in his take. Obviously, he's pissed off. He's just trying to talk some shit. He's trying to like find ways to pick at Freddie's insecurities or any insecurities, because obviously Freddie was joking, but he could have been upset with the fact that Ak said he's not relevant.
I don't give a fuck about the good music you put out. Nigga, I'm a blogger and I'm talking shit to you. What up? What up?
I don't mind that defense of him calling himself a blogger, because it's like it's similar to what Charlemagne does when Charlemagne is like, I'm just a radio guy. Why are you coming at me? When was it Bird? No, was it Bird? It was Birdman, and he said, I'm just a radio guy. Like whatever. I respect that defense coming from Charlemagne more than I respect it coming from Akademiks, because Charlemagne usually says stuff to people's face. All that energy that he's having here, he won't say that to no one's face. And that's not an insult to Akademiks. That's not me saying, oh, you pussy, because he doesn't claim to be tough, but he wouldn't use this tone and say those exact words in any of these people's face. But Charlemagne has said everything that he's ever said to people's faces, and has also had to squabble a couple times. So that excuse of him being a blogger is cool, but not when you're speaking like this. Not when you won't say it to their face. You know what I mean? That's why I respect like journalists like a Rob Markman, Elliot Wilson, B. Dot. Those guys actually say things to people's faces and deal with the consequences. There was a time where there's videos out there where B. Dot said something very very B. Dot like towards Ebro, and Ebro was puffing and all up in his face, and like he dealt with the consequences. He wasn't afraid to say something to Ebro in that moment, and that's what I respect. Akademiks hides behind a computer and hides behind a network like a complex and things like that. Things things he hasn't been in a position where things could have got rocking yet, and that's no disrespect. And you saw how he reacted when the Migos thing happened. So, and that's not calling him a bitch. He doesn't claim to be tough, but I'm just saying I think he's a bit of a hypocrite in that way. And also, I feel like he shouldn't use that that's not a good excuse to use when you're talking like this.
GC ain't gonna never adjust you. You a bum. He won't adjust you.
To be clear, I know he's drunk, so
I'm adjust you. What up? What up? Toast. Nothing. Not motherfucking thing. Not a thing. Not a fucking thing with my hand. Not a thing. Not a thing. Not a thing. Ice cubes in. I might have to
see, the biggest mistake he's making is that he's pouring more drinks when he's already drunk.
The fucking nerve of you.
Fuck Lil Boom, yo. I don't fuck with Lil Boom.
You tough, right? You tough. I want to do all.
Ebro pisses me off, but Ebro is always consistently himself, so I respect it. Now, if you disagree with him and you don't fuck with what he says, cool. I just respect him that he's consistently talking the same shit that he's talking, and he like, I think he does perform a little, but I like Ebro. But he doesn't piss me off. He doesn't really say things that I disagree with, and even if I do, it's okay that he says it because it's just Ebro. You know what I mean? Ebro don't really control, how we feel about things. He only controls, certain things, but nothing that will change somebody's career.
Do all the talking. I just want to do all the proof. Let's get it. You tough, right, Freddie Gibbs? I thought you was tough. I thought you was tough.
See,
Nigga,
taunting
when I posted that crib,
in that way.
I'm telling you, 80% of rappers don't live in places like that. But if they do try to play me, I'm down to do it. You might be the first one. What's up? You're still not successful with me.
I've seen videos of Akademiks' new crib. It looks phenomenal. It looks great. I'm actually very proud of him as a from where he started on YouTube, and just it really shows that there's no gatekeepers anymore, and you can really get it out of the trenches. Cause say what you want about Akademiks, he was literally a nobody, and he built himself up to this point. So you have to respect it. That's why I'm doing this fair, because I don't like him. And I've joked on Akademiks and all that shit in the past, and I will joke on him tomorrow. But I do want to highlight things like that, because he's the first of his kind. He's opening the door for a lot of guys, like even me. I don't do what Akademiks does, but he's opening for the potential for me to do that. So I have to respect it. I may not like him and his methods and all that, but I have to respect that. I have to respect the platform he's built. He put in a lot of work. He earned it. Let's say that he didn't. I know the 6ix9ine shit is like something I don't respect, and a lot of shit he's done, but he's earned it. You know what I mean? But let's continue.
Let's do it. And even if you show some shit, I show you that I'm equally successful. What's up? Who looks pussy? So you happen to be as successful, luckily, as a.
It seems like he's a little insecure about being not tough. You know what I mean? Like, he's claiming to not be tough, which is great. I'm happy that he's not trying to be put his chest out, but it's like he seems insecure about that fact. And obviously he's drunk, so that's some of that's coming out. Like I can handle my own, with any situation. But I'm not the toughest nigga in the world. I'm not this thug ass. I'm not that. I'm not no street cat. I lived in the hood. I did all that stuff, but I'm not no street cat. So I don't have an insecurity about that aspect of my life, because I'm not out there portraying that, and I'm not out there doing what he's doing right here, calling people out, mentioning people's kids and things like that, to where I'm even going to get tested. Now I can handle myself if some shit pop off, but I'm not inviting it to me. You know what I mean? So that's my biggest issue with this whole thing. That kind of covers the whole thing. It's like, you're talking about you're not tough, but you're doing all this rah-rah, this stuff that provokes people. He sounds like he's the police. I'm not claiming that. I've seen a lot of people claim that. I'm not going to claim that. Even I know 6ix9ine is police for sure, but I'm not claiming that Akademiks himself is the police. I think he might be, but it sounds like he is. He could be. I'm saying that for legal reasons. I don't want to get sued for any defamation or anything like that. But at the same time, I still don't know if he is or not.
A blogger? What the fuck are you talking about in terms of you lit nigga? Nigga, know you fucking wrong. You a little nigga. You a little nigga, bruh. I'm telling you
funny.
that.
This is
and
funny.
I can tell all these rappers that you a little nigga. I know the little niggas. You a little nigga. Talking about Jeezy. I wouldn't even talk about Jeezy. And Jeezy don't even like me. Jeezy don't like me, bruh. But you a little nigga. Talking about who's how to. You a little nigga, bruh. Are you dumb? You a little nigga.
He loved that nigga. Part. That's why he keep repeating it.
I don't compare to Jeezy. I would never try to. That's a legend. You a little nigga.
I actually want to address that aspect. So Freddie, I love Big Boy too, by the way. Freddie, says that Jeezy is irrelevant, and he's more relevant than Jeezy. Musically, yes, Freddie's more relevant than Jeezy, because Jeezy's not really putting out anything, and he's not really making groundbreaking albums or anything like that. I do think that Jeezy is a undisputed veteran. The fact that Jeezy's name still holds the weight that it does to this day, you gotta understand. I was a young boy. I was a young boy when Jeezy came out, like really young. You know what I mean? Me neither. I don't like being. He's way too close to the camera. But Jeezy came out when I was a kid. I'm almost 30. In a couple years, I'm gonna be 30. And Jeezy's name still is relevant. Jeezy is still a respected man in the industry. I know Freddie Gibbs and Jeezy had history. Freddie used to be signed to Jeezy. They got in some beef with some issues. They had beef. They squashed it out, but it's not like they're like best friends or anything. So Freddie is not more legendary than Jeezy. Freddie still has a lot of work to do to become a legend in the future, which I believe Freddie is going to be a legend in this game. Like, don't get it twisted. I think Freddie has put out his best work in the last couple years. Freddie was like the highlight of his freshman class. I remember that's when I first learned about who he was on his freshman freestyle, and I was like, who the hell is this guy? When I first saw him, I was like, yo, he is a beast. So Freddie is. So he's going to be solidified in my opinion, but he's not in no comparison with Jeezy. That's that on that. But I think that's what Ak probably meant to say. You know what I mean? Like, that is nuts. You just blew my mind. That is crazy. It is closer to 2035 than 2004. That's fucked up. I feel old now, but I feel like that's probably what Ak was trying to say. Or maybe that he had issues with, and he probably said it a lot harsher because he has prior issues with Jeezy. So, yeah. So Freddie had every right to come at Ak the way he did, and Ak has every right to be upset with Freddie, but he has to realize that he can't do the tough shit. Let's continue.
Nigga, I could bet you 20,000 right now, motherfucking Freddie Gibbs, that by the time you recouped on whatever it is, I had $1 million before. You nigga, shut the fuck up. That's why I talk shit to y'all niggas. Because y'all niggas stay here capping. If you wanna, you know what you should have done? Yo,
that's a fair point.
Beat you up. I'm super tough. I'll shoot you. Okay, I don't play no.
Not towards Freddie, but to a lot of rappers.
When you start acting like you some boss, let me show you what this bum ass nigga was talking about.
See, I feel like Ak is taking out all his anger towards there's a lot of other rappers that Ak has an issue with. I think right now he's specifically talking just, I mean, he's drunk, so everything he thinks of like certain rappers, he's going crazy. Like he thinks that a lot of rappers are, they be capping, which is true. A lot of rappers lie. A lot of rappers don't make anywhere close to the amount of money that a lot of people think that they make. They make very, very little compared to what a lot of people think. Like, I always learn that, like, when you get older, you understand how the business works and how the return on the investment is for a lot of artists, and then you realize a lot of these guys make their money on the road, and with touring being closed down right now, you're actually seeing a lot of people be exposed for how much money they actually have, which is cool. They have a lot of more money than me, but I'm talking about in the grand scheme of how they boast about it and shit. And I understand where Ak is coming from. I don't understand why he's so determined to like expose rappers specifically. I don't know if he was bullied as a kid. I don't think he doesn't come off as a kid who was actually bullied. He does come off as a kid who wasn't like the cool kid. Like, he was probably just a kid that people knew. You know what I mean? Probably the girls he probably has a girl or two. He probably wasn't like one of those kids who was like a virgin or anything, but he probably wasn't able to get the girls and all that stuff. And I don't know his life, but he does come off that way towards like, I'm the popular guy now because I have money, which is like, I would like to reiterate, Akademiks, and if you're watching this video, you have a lot more to offer than your money. You have a lot more to offer than clout and all that shit. You have a lot more to offer there, because I remember your content before when you actually reported on things. Maybe you had a team, I don't know, but yeah, I just wanted to iterate that.
Let's really show. Freddie Gibbs, I'm not off your ass until you start showing tax returns. You talking bullshit right now, nigga. Because I'm ready. I bought $2 million crib. I'm cool.
I feel Ak on like, I'm done. I'm over people just shitting on me. I mean, a lot of people have a reason to shit on Akademiks, but people get sick of that sometimes. People get tired at a certain point. So I understand where he's coming from. I just think that, plus being drunk, plus being a public figure, it's gonna fuck you up. Like, he's already been drunk as hell on the phone, like on stream with Drake, which is cool. Shout out to that, because like, yo, that's Drake. That's the biggest rapper in the game. So it's like, that's cool, but it's still like, you fell asleep drunk as hell on stream. You look nuts.
I'll show that. I'm about to show you what I'm about to pay. I'm paying taxes. By the way, taxes got to get paid on July 15th. I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna pay in taxes. I'm gonna show you what I paid in taxes every year before. I'm gonna show you what I made. I show you everything because I don't care.
Why does he I just don't understand why he thinks that's value. I know that's value to a lot of young kids who don't know shit about shit and about life, but that doesn't matter, man. Like, when, like, mentally, like, he's older than me. And I've been through a lot of shit, like, where mentally I had to like
putting myself back together. I had to work on my mind, my mental, and it doesn't seem like he's doing any of that. And that's what worries me more so. That's why I'm taking more of a serious approach with talking about this instead of just joking on him and doing all this stuff. Like, this is alarming for many reasons.
You see me? I will expose myself to embarrass you. Let me see how much the shit you talk about it, cause I'm always about it.
So he's talking about embarrassing. He wants to embarrass rappers so much. We can, let's see, cause he was, let's skip through, cause he's still talking about Freddie. I don't care about Freddie. We already pretty much covered all that. Freddie's joking on him. Everyone's seen it. My opinion on that is that they both had the right to feel the way they felt, and I think that they were both fair game. I just think Ak has a deeper issue when it comes to his the way he feels about the way he feels about rappers and shit. This is little.
Oh, that's fair.
Oh my god, he had 6ix9ine call in about. See, oh my god, this goes to another part. This is the main reason why I just really can't indulge in any Akademiks content. It's because, like, you go to Akademiks Instagram page and you're gonna see every single thing that 6ix9ine posts on there, which is cool. That's his friend. That's his, he's probably making money off of 6ix9ine, which is, I mean, cool. Shout out to him for making that really good investment, because he's gonna make a lot of money from that. He bought a $2 million crib. That's to buy a $2 million crib cash, as he claims. He didn't no mortgage, no payments on that shit. To buy it cash, that's a big deal. That means you're making a lot of money. That means that you have that money liquid. That's a lot of money to have liquid. You know what I mean? I don't care. People think that tens million. No, that's a lot of money to have liquid. That means he has a lot more money. So I get the whole 6ix9ine thing. It's just like, I just hope the target on his back is worth it. You know what I mean? I hope it's worth it for him. Hopefully nothing happens to him. I really don't want anything to happen to Akademiks. Like, I really don't want something to happen to him. I can't be sad about Pop Smoke dying or Nipsey dying and then be happy with something happening to Akademiks. That would be hypocritical of all of us if we felt that way. Does he need to probably get beat up, probably get in a fight? I don't even think he needs to. I think he just needs to wake up. He needs to wake up. He needs to go to therapy. He needs to really work on himself. And also 6ix9ine, I don't respect 6ix9ine. I would have respected him if he came out of prison more humble and had more humility. I probably would not respected his actions, because he snitched when he was involved in the shit. It wasn't like he was just hostage to these gang members. He initiated all of that shit. So I don't feel bad for 6ix9ine in that way. I do believe that everyone is capable of redemption, and I think that 6ix9ine is pretty much almost threw that out the window by just being disrespectful and still talking cash hood shit. Like, you don't have to talk that cash hood shit. I know that shit, that's what makes you famous, but like, I'm seeing the tide turn away from 6ix9ine a little bit, which I was surprised, because when I saw him come back and everybody was on 6ix9ine's nutsack, I was like, whoa, everyone is on his side, which was surprised me actually. I actually thought that people were going to be against him, which I'm not praying for that to happen, because I don't care. It don't affect me in no way. I'm not getting paid from any of this shit. I'm like, 6ix9ine's not buying my beats. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not getting paid from any his success or failure. Now, do I disagree with it? Yeah, of course. I don't respect it. Like, why would I respect it? You know what I mean? Now, I can be indifferent about it and not have a disdain for it, because that just gives energy. But I don't care about that. It's just, I am seeing people now turn on him and realize that he is faking numbers, and it's pretty clear, pretty blatant. And it's clear that he's a puppet from Universal Records, aka Republic Records. It's really clear to see that, which that doesn't bother me, because he's not the first, he's not going to be the last. So I think it's unfair for people to try to use that against him, because that's the music industry. The music industry is that. But yeah, Ak being so closely tied to 6ix9ine is just weird. It's weird, man. It's weird. All of it's weird. All right.
Closing my house in 5 days. I'll send you, and I'll shut the fuck up, nigga. You a little nigga, man. That's why I had to, like, I don't care what you say, you could act whatever. I sunned you today. You were yo, I dare.
This is the part.
Like,
this is the part that made me be like, oh shit, Akademiks needs to chill out, cause it's all trolling and entertainment until it's not.
My meme page, I love you.
And I ain't talking about Freddie. I'm talking about just people in general. People waiting for people like this to get caught slipping.
I dare some op who's a meme page to talk shit to me like that. Nigga, I buy that nigga's whole fucking
op
tree. You can't do that to me, cause you know. Shit,
I think he's influenced by Drake a lot. That's something that Drake was doing during the Pusha T thing, and like buying people. That's a little weird. That's a little weird to say.
It's a different league. You probably hit a couple. You're like, yo, what this thing talking about? You know, they probably say like, yo, I ain't gonna lie to you. You got $2 million in the bank? Yeah, you go.
One day he's gonna learn that money doesn't get you everything.
Like, oh my god. Yeah. Sit your stupid ass down, nigga. Cause I sit here and make fun of you all fucking day. You a little nigga. I just wanted to put you in your place. It's not about me. It's cause you're talking to other niggas that don't wanna acknowledge you. You're a bum. They don't wanna acknowledge you. Oh, yo, no. I'm relevant, they're not. Prove that you're relevant more than me, and I'm telling you I'm not more relevant than them. Jeezy got more money than me. You don't got more money than me. What up?
I think in his head that's the only way that he can compete against a gangster like a Freddie Gibbs. Funny enough, Freddie Gibbs is not one of those like I got a lot of money rappers. Now if Akademiks was going at like a DaBaby or somebody like that who actually raps about having a lot of money and they don't have as much money as him and he knows that, it would make more sense. But someone like Freddie Gibbs, that's not really the way what Freddie raps about. It looks stupid. So that's why a lot of people don't really side with Akademiks on this unless you're already a big Akademiks fan, which is perfectly fine. Like I don't have no issue with, like I said, I'll reiterate, I don't have no issue with Akademiks feeling this way and talking this shit. It's really more so about the tone and the stuff that if I know if someone said some of the stuff like you a little nick, like that type of stuff, that's getting my blood boiling and I want to choke you out. And I'm not a tough guy, but that's what I would want to do. If you do that to my face, if someone did that to my face, I'm either gonna walk away because I know what's gonna happen from there. That's fight words. I'm either gonna walk away because I'm gonna be afraid that person's gonna swing on me and it's gonna get serious, or I'm gonna initiate because I know that dude's gonna swing on me or it's gonna get serious. Akademiks doesn't seem, he's saying says that he's not going to do any of that. Like he's not gonna swing on nobody. He's not the tough guy. But it's like, why are you talking like that then? Because then you're putting yourself in danger. And like I'll reiterate again, I do not want Akademiks to get hurt. Like I don't think that that's a good move for him. He's talking about all this money he has, but you can lose all that. Like I know you've made a good investment in your house. Hell yeah, I fuck with it. But you can lose a lot of things by speaking that way. Your life being one of them, and you lose your life. None of that shit matters. I know you lost the Hennessy and you a little lit, but hopefully he sobered up and realized like, oh, I fucked up, not doing that again. Let me adjust myself. I mean, he's not going to adjust completely because he's making money being the way he is. But I think that I think he got banned from Twitch, which is, I don't know why he got banned. He got banned from Twitch for a good reason. I know why. It's actually against the rules.
I'll look up your age right now. How old is?
Also, he's Akademiks is older than me by like a year or two, and like 2 years. And he gotta kind of chill out with that. He gotta kind of chill out with the age thing. I hate when people do that. What's happening, Baker? I don't know why people do that. When it comes to age, it's like, yo, you about to get older, right? Every year you get older. Like when Uzi was saying like all these rappers, oh, it's like, bro, you're about 25 now. Like Uzi ain't no little. I mean, he's young. 20s is young. If you're in your 20s and you're in your early 30s, even if you're in your 30s, you're young.
You're young in your 30s and 20s. So all of us talking about age and stuff is stupid. Obviously, it's different generations, so you have different things that you're into and stuff like that. So there's a disconnect. But it's like we gotta stop playing this age game. Even if you're 40, you're not that old. Like we gotta stop playing this age game.
Freddie.
I know that I know that Akademiks' fan base is those kids who say, "Oh, you're old. Your opinion doesn't matter." I get that's why he's using that. So he's looking for positive reinforcement. That's why he goes to his Twitch. That's why he wants to interview on his Twitch, because he knows the chat is going to be full of people co-signing everything he's saying and sucking his dick like Lil Boom's bitch ass. You know what I mean? Like it's always going to be people like that.
Nigga, you 38, nigga, you old nigga, and I'll talk to you like you my son. You not on my level, my son. You my child. I don't ever have to talk to you.
This is where I don't like. This is the thing that he went too far on.
You're a desperate nigga. I'm not mad at you for whatever, but all I'm just trying to say is that, bro, like, just relax yourself a little bit, because truth be told, sometimes chicks do be bugging and whatever, but like, you be acting like, yo, you some like savant or some shit. Like, nobody be caring about you like that. Like, yo, Freddie Gibbs, like, I don't care what you ever say about me, just always remember this, little nigga. I'm gonna talk to you right now in your face.
See, this is where he went too far.
Me, Akademiks, I'm a blogger. You're supposed to be a rapper, nigga. I've superseded where have you ever been 5 years ago. You can't fuck with me at all. You're a little nigga.
You're not a blogger, you're a corporation. Akademiks. When he learns that he's not just a blogger, he's a corporation, then he will flourish. Leave Complex or build something bigger than Complex. You have the capacity. That's the piece of insecurity that I don't like from him. Like, he could do a lot more, empower a lot of black people, but he chooses to do the opposite, in my opinion.
You a little nigga who
I still respect his come up.
Jokes at 38. You can't pull up with me on facts. You a little nigga. I'll son you, your mama, your daddy, your son, your daughter, everybody. So when you talking about, oh no,
you heard that, bruh? Like, you heard that? Like, that's why I'm taking this serious. That's why I'm doing this video serious, and that's where I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna end my conversation about him I'm probably gonna edit this and put it on YouTube, so follow my YouTube. But that's where I have an issue with. Obviously, he's lit. He's been drinking for like he's been drinking a little bit more since the stream started, so he's probably feeling it a little bit more, and he's already said so much, so he feels like, all right, I'm already there. I'm already out here saying whatever. That's the problem, man. You don't talk about people's moms. You don't talk about their kids. More importantly, not their fucking daughter. What the fuck is wrong? Like, what? That's my biggest issue. What is wrong with this man, yo? What is wrong with this man? Like, because he's not a tough dude. He says it himself. I'm not saying that as a slight, because I'm a tough person, but I'm not no street nigga who's ready to fight all the time. That's not me. I'm not into that. But so I understand where he's coming from, but I don't speak to people like the way he's speaking to people right there, unless there's really an issue and that things are going down in the moment. Obviously, you have to defend yourself and be a man, or a woman, because you both work both ways. I just don't understand why he had to go there. Like, what was the point of going there for it? Just say, I'm richer than you, nigga. Play, have fun with it. Like, play with him. Keep throwing your money over him. Like, I would much rather him be like, I got more money than you, nigga. You ain't doing shit. Like, have more fun with it. Like, why you angry? You sound mad. You sound angry. You shouldn't be angry. You should just be like, all right, nigga, I got more money than you. What the fuck? That's how it should be. Like, especially if you know you got more money than him, which he probably does have more money than Freddie Gibbs. Akademiks is very successful. So when you're saying that, you need to say that in like I'm just gonna toy with this nigga all night. Since that's what I mean, might as well not be mad about it, because now you're getting clowned on Twitter. I mean, you should be happy that you're trending, because your name is like, and that's just more clicks for your name. You're gonna make money for your name trending on Twitter, because he owns a lot of the shit that he posts. So if he's on his Twitch, boom, his Twitch is getting big numbers. His YouTube channel's probably getting big numbers. You know what I mean? So it's like, hell yeah. You know what I mean? It's like, hell yeah, get your money up, be happy about it. But I mean, he's drunk, mad, and insecure about that specific thing. And I'm not calling Akademiks insecure completely as a person, because he obviously knows that he's doing good things. But I think it's a deeper situation that he needs to actually address himself privately
and then come back and, you know, do whatever. Like, that's why I really respect someone like a Charlemagne. Like, not saying that, you know, him versus Charlemagne, but that's why I respect someone like Charlemagne. Charlemagne has done fucked up shit at Akademiks' age. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, you know, he's done a lot of that dumb shit. But the beauty about Charlemagne is that he has evolved. He has grown from those situations, and he doesn't shy away from those, you know, mistakes. And he actually is working on himself mentally and helping others. I think that Akademiks has the capacity to be even bigger than he is now and actually create a positive change in the world. And I think as black people, we shouldn't, I'm speaking for black people right now, like for myself, but as black people, we shouldn't just toss him to the side. We should actually we should utilize his position and hopefully help, like, you know, hold him to the fire and allow him to evolve and grow. But it's just looking like he's just continuing to just do fuck shit and not really respect the black culture and black lives. I don't want to put that on him. That sounds a little harsh. I wish I could articulate that a little bit better. So if that comes off way crazy, then I don't mean it as crazy as you think. I just think that the reason, like I said, the reason why I'm taking this more serious is because I feel like Akademiks really could improve his life mentally, just because there's no way he should be drinking Hennessy alone in his room streaming. I'm not saying he's alone. Maybe there's people with him, but he needs some people around him. It don't seem like he has like people who actually love him around him, because there's people out there who love me who wouldn't let me do this. They wouldn't allow me to do this. They would have called me and told me to get off. But yeah, that's it for this. Like, moral of the story, Akademiks, if you are struggling with some shit, get some help. And that's it. If you are struggling with just insecurities and drinking issues, get some help and really just work on yourself. Which, when you're sober, you sound like a reasonable person, and just keep the integrity in your work. Because I've seen it before. I've seen you at your highest point. You know, aside from the Chicago shit that I didn't fuck with, you improved from that point and had actually some real dope shit. Just don't let this money, don't let that industry just fuck you up. Because now you don't sound like the ground level nigga no more. You sound like the rappers. You sound exactly like the rappers, and that's the people you've always gone against. So that's my moral of the story. Shout out to Freddie Gibbs. I love Freddie Gibbs' music. I think Freddie Gibbs actually handled it the best way you could possibly handle it, just by clowning him, just by joking on him. Because it's like, why get mad when, you know, that's not someone you coherently speak about. Like, I just wanted to not come with a super biased against Akademiks take on the whole situation. So this is going to be the end of the YouTube video when I edit it. So peace, YouTube. And subscribe and listen to my beats or whatever. Peace.